Hey guys, quickly, let's talk about the genius of the album cover and most things that we overlook with the album cover. So first of all, persons that don't get the album cover are not paying attention. When you pay attention to what the album is about, the life of a showgirl, which is behind the scene, not showgirl, which is like on stage doing the do's, not that. It's behind the scene. So that is why, Taylor did mention that after the Eras show, she would go home and like de-stress and relax in a bathtub and so forth, or aftercare, right? And the genius of her mind to link her aftercare with Ophelia, which the first track title is The Fate of Ophelia. A mastermind, a mastermind. I love that she don't just use one concept. She's going to take one thing and she's going to gather different meaning and interpretation to click into place, right? Not only that, it's giving Mirabal. It's giving Mirabal the shiny jewelries, and she did say like in Mirabal's like a Mirabal just breaks and show you different version of yourself, like to entertain person. It's giving a broken Mirabal, bedazzled, bejeweled, if you will, and also for entertainment purpose. Not only stopping there, but we know. Well, you guys know the story with Ophelia and so forth. I didn't do Shakespeare. I'm from the Caribbean. We didn't really do Shakespeare, so I didn't know who Ophelia was. I never read Hamilton. I did one Shakespeare pre-college, and that was Othello. Right, so I was new to the whole Ophelia, but that's Taylor Swift. Like for persons like me that we don't do that part of Shakespeare, now we're educated on that because of Taylor Swift. And the genius with one of the back cover is Elizabeth Taylor, and I don't hear anyone point it out, but like I don't know. I'm from the Caribbean. Like maybe I watch a movie with Elizabeth Taylor, but we wouldn't be. So yeah, so we, from the Caribbean, we wouldn't like be that much in pop culture to that sense to know like these certain actors and so forth. Some of them do transcend to a level of fame that we are familiarized with, but so maybe like my grandparents or so forth knew who Elizabeth Taylor was. But I learned who she is from Taylor Swift. And from the first reference from Burton to this Taylor, from Reputation, I didn't really look up her that much then, but I looked her up this time. And you know what? What's the first thing I noticed is that she had black short hair. And I remember commenting on one of that album picture, her with black hair, and I was like, we haven't seen a black hair since Wildest Dream. And what are the odds that it's a black short hair, kind of like a bob? Reminiscence of Elizabeth Taylor, if you will. That's something I was like, oh, interested, like tied together there. But also with her in the bathtub, kind of like floating like with the water, kind of presenting her aftercare, but also like Ophelia in the river, singing. And it's so interesting because she's a singer and Ophelia was actually singing, and they describe her as a mad woman, which she have a song about being a mad woman because Ophelia, they say, went mad, and like, it's quite interesting, not to mention the different pieces of her. And in the song I Can Do It a Broken Heart, all the pieces shattered as the crowd was chanting more, and we see those different pieces of her. I'm so seated and I'm so ready for it.